got to talk about Frank Luntz today, and I've got some clips to show you after this Frank Luntz clip. But he went on CNN and he said something that was absolutely spot on. So I'm going to show you guys that, and then we'll get into some other clips to further cement what he's actually saying here, because it's 100% true. 100% true. The Democrats have royally messed up. With that being said, let's dive in.
I just want to emphasize that was the longest speech ever. It's not quite a State of the Union, but it's similar to it, and no one's ever gone longer than him. That was the most political speech ever. He referred to his predecessor by name more than any other individual who's held one of these speeches. Third, it was the most partisan ever. Whether you had Democrats sitting on their hands or Republicans knew exactly who was who based on the view on television and based on being in the chamber. And fourth, it was the most disruptions by the minority party ever. Whether you're holding up those placards, whether you're yelling at him as the congressman did and being unwilling to keep quiet when he was called on it. If you're a Republican, that was arguably, and I've been doing this now for decades, if you're a Republican, that was manna from heaven. That was exactly what you wanted to hear, and you're shocked that he was saying it so bluntly. If you're a Democrat, it was sheer hell, because it tells you that this is going to continue. And if you're an independent, you agree with the policies, but you don't agree with the tone.
Boom. So let's say that it is true, right, about the independents. The independents all agree with the policies. They just may not agree with the tone that Trump, says certain things with. But the policies, everybody's in love with, except for Democrats, of course. That just spells doom. That spells absolute doom. Democrats are going to have hell to pay on their hands. And I've got a couple clips that I want to share with you guys because, I've told you guys that I've come across a lot of these clips, a whole lot of clips of people going after the Democrat Party after what they did the other day. And here's some more. Check it out.
So I would just like to give my opinion, for whatever it's worth, about what we saw last night during Trump's speech. If you're a Democrat, I have a little bit of advice for you. I would leave the Democrat Party like ASAP, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something about myself. My family were Democrats up until the 1980s when Reagan became president. They were called Blue Dog Democrats. And they switched parties in the 1980s because the party that they were a part of wasn't really like meeting their expectations, I guess, if you will. And so I would question any Democrat out there right now, is the Democrat Party really representing you as a human being? Because what I saw last night is, I can't even put it into words, what I saw last night. How can you defend the people that you elected into Congress, not even honoring a little kid with brain cancer? Like, are you serious right now? How are you not going to honor a cop who was taken out by a bunch of thugs? How are you not going to honor a little girl who was taken out by illegals? Like, regardless of your feelings about Trump, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. These are human beings. These are innocent human beings whose lives were cut short. Not the kid with brain cancer. He's still alive, thank God. But like, how are you not going to honor him? They couldn't even stand and honor these people. I think it's absolutely atrocious and it's ridiculous. And I would challenge any Democrat out there. Now, listen, you don't have to become like a Trumper. You don't have to like Trump. You don't even have to become religious or like super conservative. You just have to have a brain and maybe some character in your, maybe some moral character, to understand that the Democratic Party is not the party of the 1960s. They're not the party that stands for inclusiveness and representation for women and Hispanics and black people. That's not that party. That party's gone. That party's not coming back. That's not the Democratic Party. That's the Republican Party. That's not the Democratic Party anymore. So if I were you, if I was a Democrat, I would definitely challenge and look inside my heart and try to figure out, why am I a Democrat? Why do I keep voting for these people who can't even honor innocent people who were taken out of this world way too soon? That's my challenge to you. And this is coming from a person whose family were Democrats. Okay, you don't have to stay a Democrat you can switch your party. It's pretty simple to do, actually. So those are my thoughts, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. I hope y'all have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, can't argue with that, right? Can't argue with that. But as I always say with these videos, there's more.
You know, I've lost a lot of friends, and even some family members have unfriended me because of being vocal about my support for Donald Trump after I left the Democratic Party. And a lot of times they want to say that I lack empathy. How dare you? Our morals no longer align. Your empathy has been lost. But after watching last night's speech by Donald Trump and how many Democrats didn't even stand to applaud really any of the victims of the 11-year-old child who battled cancer, I would like to say that the Democratic Party has lost their empathy. They've allowed their hate for one person erase their ability to be empathetic towards anybody, especially if Donald Trump is involved in any way, shape, or form. It's disgusting.
Yeah, Trump has literally broken the Democrat Party. Broken them. To the point where they wouldn't even stand for a child. Kids. Innocent kids. Some of which lost their lives. They couldn't even stand for that. Absolutely broken his party. And you know, I'm happy that it happened, because now all of America truly got to see who Democrats really are. When the mask comes off, when all the charades is gone, when the smoke screen is blown away, when we get to peek behind the curtain, that's who the Democrat Party really is. They don't give a shit about any of us. All they care about is themselves. That's why they always point at Republicans and Trump and say that Trump only cares about himself. Democrats accuse Republicans of what they are or what they do. That's facts. I've watched it happen time and time again. I mean, there was a perfect example. Democrats are always accusing Republicans of only caring about themselves. And yet Democrats just proved that they're the ones that only care about themselves. They only care about their feelings, because their feelings matter so much more than innocent kids. Just saying. But there's more.
You know, after last night, I think I can confidently say that it's no longer a battle of left or right, Democrat, Republican, conservative, or liberal. This is a fight between good and evil. What we witnessed last night at the State of the Union address, what the Democratic Party pulled there, I don't care if you hate Trump with every ounce of your being. You are free to do that, okay? I don't even like everything that he does. I really don't, okay?
Facts.
But you have to put that shit aside and be a freaking good human. And what we witnessed yesterday was evil. Pure evil. The fact that they let their hatred for one man completely overshadow every good thing that was said and done last night is disgusting. And I just hope that you realize when the time comes, you're gonna want to be on the right side. And I don't mean that as like the right, conservative. You're just gonna want to be on the right side as far as Jesus is concerned. Okay? It's not about parties. It's not about
Amen.
Politics. It's not about any of that. It's about being a good human. And those people last night are disgusting humans, and I have no problem saying that. This war is just beginning.
Man, wow. On point. On point. Democrats, they crossed the line. They crossed the line. You don't do that to kids. If you want to do that to Trump, fine. Cool. Don't care. If you want to do that to Republicans in general, fine. Don't care. You don't do that to kids. That's where, like, am I tripping? But I thought that was just like a universal thing. You know, if two people are beefing, if they going back and forth, if there is a kid involved, you don't mess with the kids. You leave the kids alone. I don't care how much you hate this individual. You leave their kids alone. You don't mess with the children. Like, I thought that was like a universal thing. You know, that was just like, it was just like unspoken. Like it did need to be said, right? That was just something that was just ingrained in everybody, I thought, right? You don't do anything to kids. Children are left off the table, period, point blank. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know. I must be, because according to the Democrat Party, children are on the table. Children can according to the Democrat Party, it don't matter, right? According to them, I thought it was completely off the table. I thought children were just nope, absolutely not. You don't even think about it. Don't even consider it. I don't know, man. Crazy times we living in, huh? Crazy times. I don't see them recovering from this one. At least not anytime soon. But what do you think? Let me know. Thanks for tuning in. Peace and love. I'm out.